talking cybersecurity for the White House, and my question is, what are you doing on a meeting with James O'Keefe? What type of cybersecurity operation are you guys running over there?
We're running a good cybersecurity operation.
Well, obviously not.
Well, it looks like this White House official, while on a date with literally James O'Keefe simply wearing glasses, all he did was wear glasses. This White House cybersecurity official told James O'Keefe many very interesting things about how the White House views Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, whether or not they think they should be president, whether they're going to rerun in 2024. I don't know how James does it. I don't know how he keeps getting these people to blabber all these White House secrets, but essentially this is not anything we didn't know, but it's hilarious having them confirm it. James tweeted this: breaking video, top White House cyber official tells O'Keefe in disguise they can't say it publicly. The White House wants to replace Kamala Harris and confirms Joe Biden's mental decline. Biden is significantly slowing down. Now, if anybody heard the guy talk over the past year, you would know that. This is the problem with electing 100-year-old people. You know, that's the problem. You know, all these people that we're electing are in their 80s. They're never going to have to live under the policies that they enact. I would like to get a president in their 50s. That would be nice. Late 40s. Heck, I'd settle for early 60s. The fact that we keep electing people who are 90 years old, of course this is happening. Anyway, quote, I'm just telling you what I've heard. They're really concerned about it. I think they need to get rid of him or her. Quote, but no one in modern history has ever said, like, we're not going to renominate the president for the second term. Charlie Krager is a cybersecurity official for the White House. Now, apparently, they've already deleted their, so they immediately deleted their Instagram, deleted their Twitter. This is usually what people do. A cybersecurity policy analyst and foreign affairs desk officer in the executive office at the White House, telling James O'Keefe, quote, I had a meeting with Michelle Obama. Someone asked her, will you ever run for office? She said no, emphatically. She was like, I've seen all this stuff my husband has had to go through, and it does not interest me. Well, I actually believe that's true. That man aged 40 years in 8 years. VP Kamala Harris, quote, hemorrhages black staff. She can't keep black staff. They quit on her en masse. Well, we know that. She's extremely unlikable. Now, I don't know what that has to do with their skin color. I don't like Kamala Harris, and I'm not black. Leave a like if you don't like Kamala Harris. Quote, she will be the vice president nominee. They're stuck with her, essentially. There was a debate about removing her from the ticket, but sadly they didn't. She's not popular, but you can't remove the first black lady to be vice president from the GD presidential ticket. Like, what kind of message are you going to send to the African-American voters? People would be like, what the frick? Like, she's a woman and she's multiracial. Yeah, neither one of those things matter when you're voting, but he's not wrong that progressives would say that. You know, I'm more interested in your policy, obviously, than the thing. By the way, note to self, you know, in case you didn't know this, flamboyantly gay men can't keep secrets, apparently. But this is
so you're pretty high up in the government.
Yeah, I'm fairly high up. I'm good at keeping secrets, and so
I'm good at keeping secrets. Okay, well, let's see.
Manage 2 federal agencies, the State Department and USAID.
So when you say it's like security, like you're protecting
the networks of the federal agencies that you give all your information to.
The mission.
I think James is trying to act gay here, and it's not. I mean, I guess, you know.
And is to protect information.
And we are like.
Here's a telltale sign you're being recorded, by the way. Usually these coffee cups, I learned this from watching Impractical Jokers. They contain microphones. I suspect there's a microphone in this plastic cup.
The president's voice when we.
I also love that the person sitting there is adjusting the camera to make sure it's perfectly in frame. That's how out of it this guy
discussing
this individual is.
and promoting the president's priorities.
Is he going to be the nominee?
Yes. And she will be the vice president nominee.
Yeah, I don't.
There was a debate about removing her from the.
What's funny is that you've got now I don't think all gay people are a monolith, unlike our current administration. And there are certainly plenty of gay people that vote Republican, and also there are plenty of gay people that probably voted for Joe Biden and think he's a potato head. I guess I admit to some internal bias here, being really surprised to see a gay man being like, yeah, yeah.
Ticket, but sadly they didn't. She can't keep black staff. They quit on her in mass.
But with him, I
know.
He's got dementia.
Yeah, well, he's definitely slowing down.
Okay, so he's definitely slowing down. I think that's that's one way of spinning it.
Know that he has those issues.
I think so.
But they're not willing to say it.
Shows it. And
so they're aware. They say, they know. Do they know he has those issues? I think so. And the polling shows
they're not willing to say it publicly.
And same thing
but
with
why
Kamala
not?
Harris. She's not popular, but you can't remove the first black lady to be vice president from the goddamn presidential ticket.
I get it.
Like, what kind of message
right.
are you going to send to, like, all the African-American voters? How would you spin that? People would be like, what the fuck? Like she's a woman and she's multiracial. I think that they're really concerned about this.
But they won't say it. Well, I guess if they say it publicly,
correct.
that Biden
No.
they can't say it publicly.
No, they got to
Do
toe
they say
the
it
line.
privately? But they won't.
So they say it privately, is what he said. What's interesting is he nods and then he did spin. It was almost like he was suspicious that he was being recorded.
Say publicly.
Correct.
Biden
No.
they can't say it publicly.
No, they got to
Do
toe
they say
the
it
line.
privately? I mean,
I'm just telling you what I've heard. Like,
you're just telling me the truth.
Does it make sense? No, but that's what I've heard.
And
I've had a meeting with Michelle Obama at one point.
The fact that when he was Michelle Obama, I guess that does go fly into the face of people thinking that Michelle Obama was going to run. Look, as a recovering Obama voter, I'll say just as like the guy himself, he was a charismatic guy and, being the president of the United States crushed him. I've never seen somebody age faster. Then, of course, he talks about the jab. This guy's a jab weirdo, of course.
you work in cybersecurity.
The reveal is the best thing ever.
It's like, you're not going to get the vaccine, and then you're going to go expose my family in
Exactly.
the hospital
Exactly.
to your vaccinated COVID. Like, you.
So you work in cybersecurity for the White House, and
He looks over and gives him the nod. Watch this.
my question is, what are you doing on a meeting with James O'Keefe? What type of cybersecurity operation are you guys running over there?
We're running a good cybersecurity operation.
Busted. Oh my god. The fact that he just ripped his glasses off and was like, oh, by the way.
To learn more. Charlie Krager is a cybersecurity policy analyst and foreign affairs desk officer in the executive office of the White House. He manages 2 federal agencies and for the last 4 years worked at the State Department. He works on the president's priorities, executive orders, is a high-up official, and cybersecurity subject matter expert. I met with him undercover on Sunday, January the 21st with my hair dyed, wearing fake eyeglasses. Not only did he not recognize me, he sang like a bird. His social media, which was scrubbed after my initial meeting with him, says he likes long walks on the beach and diplomatic negotiations.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Kennedy School at all?
Harvard? What about it?
Yes, I'm in the executive education program there at Like,
Really?
Yeah.
You're-
So I got a job at State Department.
The State
It's
Department.
like I essentially started at Georgetown and I applied at State. And I went to Georgetown for my master's, where I studied when I joined the security studies program in the School of Foreign Service.
He might be great at his job, but he can't help himself.
Responsible for protecting the networks of the federal agencies.
So when you say it's like security, like you're protecting
The networks of the federal agencies
You're
that you give all your information to.
that through commerce or
Everyone, yeah.
So you're
commerce.
protecting the networks.
Yes. But I'm not like sitting there coding.
Yeah.
I'm meeting with like the senior level decision makers and we're talking about problems.
You're doing
and
it at
issues
senior
and, like,
level.
Yeah.
So the
I need a
mission
coder.
is to protect
Right, yes.
information. That's very impressive.
Thanks.
Wow. That's cool. That's really cool, Mr. James Bond.
Charlie Craig,
Oh my God.
who works in the executive office of the White House, says he's the president's voice, and his mission is to protect networks, promote the president's priorities, work with the Security Council, and other parts of the White House.
We are like the
I don't want to, take away from James's video here. I've hit the major points, but obviously I don't want to take a view from him. So, you should definitely check out his full video and share it on social media and things like that. But the main takeaway is the White House doesn't even like Joe Biden. They don't like Kamala Harris, but they're stuck with him. Welcome to the rest of us. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.